So, you're playing Hunty Zombies and you're wondering, how do I beat the new hell mode? Well, lucky for you, as that is exactly what we're going to be doing in today's video, as I will be helping you understand what exactly is key to beating this new mode. So without further ado, grab some popcorn, subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Right, so we're here, back with another banger, and I'm going to be telling you exactly how to defeat the new hell mode, because it is a tiny bit tricky. I'm going to be showing you two ways of doing it because one is way easier to do and the other requires way more patience, way more time. And I know a lot of people don't have that, which is why I have made two different ones and we're going to show the easier way of doing it first. Very similar, so without further ado, let's show the weapons. So the weapons we're going to be running is actually, funnily enough, shoes and bow. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, "You're not using Reaper's Scythe?" I would use Reaper's Scythe, but I know a lot of people don't have Reaper's Scythe, which is exactly why I'm going to be using shoes. The reason I say this is because with Hell's mode, what I have found out is that you need a lot of skill damage and a lot of range, as well as a lot of speed. If you have these three things down, you're going to be easily defeating it. Of course, you need patience with this, but the three things that you mainly need within the game is what I just said. So that is exactly why we're going to be using shoes, because the X ability you can use twice, has quite a decent range, and if any zombies even try coming close, you can just use the Z ability, and bosh, you're saved. And the bow, which we're going to be using, its range is very good, it kind of stops the zombies from getting too close, happy days. Now Reaper's Scythe is also very good, I would replace it with shoes, not bow, because of its abilities. The abilities have insane range. I know it got nerfed, but it's still very good, especially for the maps we're going to be doing. So if you have Reaper's Scythe, equip this and basically do exactly what I do. That's going to be the weapons we're going to be using. Again, I will say any weapon with range, like hand fans will work, anchor will work. Greatsword might even work as well because of the stun ability, which might be really good for this build. I haven't tried it because, as you can see, I've got my slots a little taken by all of the new weapons and divine. So yeah, I don't have it. I haven't tried it, but let me know if the stun ability is any good. Now moving on to perks, we're going to be using Vampire for exactly the reason I previously stated. The fact that you need speed. Now, double damage, useless. Damage shield, useless. Reduced damage, useless. All of these are kind of mid, okay? The reason Vampire is so much better is because it heals slightly with every time you hit a zombie, and it gives movement speed, which is exactly what we need for this build because we don't want the zombies getting too close. Moving on to cosmetics, all you really need is movement speed, skill damage, and crit damage would also help with this build, which is why we're going to be equipping the Krathong and the Pumpkin Head. Now, if you don't have the Pumpkin Head, something like the Pirate's Hat, or even if you have the Killer Face cosmetic that you can see in the Battle Pass, they work just as well. So if you don't have Pumpkinhead, don't be too worried, okay? And if you don't have any of them, then use something like Coffin Backpack, Devil Horns, Reaper's Scarf. Any of these will do just fine. Now for pets, we're going to be equipping the Spirit Fire because of its walk speed and health, as well as its attack speed. And also P-Fresh for the same reasons, basically. 10 walk speed, 25% crit damage. Now, Spirit Fire is very, very good because of its lifesteal. Now, you can also use Penguin for skill damage, which I would highly recommend. So, if you don't have P-Fresh, equip Penguin because of the skill damage. But the reason I say this doesn't exactly matter is because of the passives. We're going to be using AP, which gives 20% skill damage, and speed, which increases your speed by 20%. Now, Penguin may be a little bit better because of the health it gives compared to P-Fresh, which gives absolutely no health. So, maybe use Penguin if you don't have P-Fresh, or maybe you need a little bit more health, but again, I don't think health necessarily matters because in 2 hits, you're basically dead. So that's the build, and I'm going to be showing you the map you need now. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. Now, before I show you the map, I will preface, skill tree might be a little bit more helpful to do if you have grind in it, because, again, you can see that you can upgrade your attack, crit, defense, and speed. Defense and speed might be the play to upgrade, but again, look, it decreases your attack, and it decreases crit damage as well if you upgrade it too far. Now, I can't really comment on the skill tree just yet because I haven't actually grinded for it yet because I've been you know, a little bit busy, so apologies. But when I've grinded enough for it, I'll show you exactly what the best play is for this. But I do know it can be a little bit more helpful. But I'm not using it, so you shouldn't worry too much if you don't have it already. Now, the map we're going to be running is Island. This is purely because it's really open and really easy to clear. And of course, we're going to be doing Hell mode. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Right, so we're here. And as you can see, straight away, it's very open, okay? So you could just walk here, yeah? And then you get the zombies. And then range will help you here, okay? That is all I'm saying. I will say straight away, Island is really, really easy to clear, okay? They all come at you, they're dead. I don't know where that zombie went, but he's dead now, I think. But yeah, it's literally just about kind of being strategic. Bosh, dead. Bow is really, really helpful for this. If they get too close, bosh. The bomb zombies are kind of annoying if they blow up, so don't be in their sight. Also, level 100 abilities will be really useful for this, because if there's too many of them, then you can just, you know, use your V ability, which is busted. And just like that, we have cleared the first level. Easy. Now we're gonna keep a distance from these, because I don't like them in the slightest. You can just run past them like that. Bosh, dead. You could be a little bit more risky and do this. At the end of the day, it's preference. But it doesn't necessarily matter. As you can see, they can't really touch me. I've done Island Hell a few times now, so I'm a little bit more experienced. You can kind of run past if you're a bit more confident. But taking your time is also smart. I nearly messed it up there. We don't talk about that, though. Bosh, you can see, look. The Z ability, Nature's Recall, is literally your lord and savior for this, okay? Like, yeah, this build is really, really helpful. Really, really helpful. Like, you can see, we haven't been touched yet. I mean, if we were, we'd probably be dead. But look, yep. It's about confidence here. You don't wanna be like too aggressive, but you gotta like be confident in yourself. That's what I say. But just run past them. Pop your E ability, of course. I always forget about my perk, but look, they can't even touch us now. We're like leaving them in the dust. And just like that, we have practically finished this level. And just like that, we are on level 2 of 2. So stage 2, level 2, let's get it. These bomber zombies are kind of annoying, but we can just run right past you. Happy days. We can enable you to, you know, follow us. And then we come over here, we dodge over them, queue all the way over it. Happy days. And then bish bash bosh. You don't want to bundle them too much, because those toxic zombies as well as those bomb zombies kind of, you know, they're low-key kind of scary. Happy days, jump over you, kind of maneuvering around like a ninja. Happy days. Okay, we didn't get all of you, but that's completely fine. I think there's a bomb zombie right here. Happy days. Then we come over here. Happy days. Then we come over here. Happy days. Now you can, look, you can melee them, like you can use your M1, but it can be risky if like your attack speed isn't high enough. Again, look, this is why I say shoes is goated. I know we use bow predominantly there, but if you pair it with shoes, then goated. And look, you can see we're already here. But look, and then bosh. We've cleared it, boys. We've done it. We've done the unimaginable. We've cleared hell. Easy dubs. And just like that, we got 195,000 coins. I will mention ×2 is on, but that's a dub. That is a dub, and it only took us 5 minutes. Now, as you can see, we used shoes and bow there, and it was very, very easy to clear. Of course, you could do it way quicker than 5 minutes, but for the sake of the video, I was kind of showing it step by step, making you understand it a little bit more. But of course, as you do more and more runs, you're going to do it way more quicker than I did. And I'm just proving to you, shoes is underrated. It's the GOAT. You can easily use shoes. Like, the V ability, just one tap the boss. And of course, if you maintain range like that, you can always use a money build, which I did make a video on. Wink, wink. I'm kidding. Don't have to watch it. Greatly appreciated, though. But if you pair it with a money build, obviously you need to be a little bit more careful, but you're going to be making way more money. And of course, the build is made around speed as well. So a money build will work as well, as long as you take your time. Now for the next part of the video, we're going to be running Carnival Hell, which is why I recommend Reaper's Scythe and Bow. Now, I did try this with shoes and bow, and I cleared it fairly simply, but I think Reaper Scythe is a tiny bit more useful if you want to clear Carnival, because if any zombies try and get to you through the door, you can just immediately use your Reaper Scythe ability or even your bow ability. Now, of course, you can use your shoes, but I think the range of the abilities for Reaper Scythe is a little bit more helpful. So here we go. Hell Mode Carnival. Right, so this first room is probably going to be the hardest part of all of Carnival Hell. The reason I say this is because there's 2 chef zombies. Now, of course, there's a lot of like rooms with chef zombies, and these are probably the most dangerous rooms in Carnival Hell. The reason I say this is because if they both throw their little blade attack at you, then you might be cooked. That's why I would recommend waiting for your abilities and then going in, because these are probably going to be your most annoying zombies to face in all of Hell Carnival. So without further ado, let's try this. So we know he's there, so we're going to pop that. Hopefully he dies. Yep, he does. And then we have to remember there's another chef zombie here. Yep, there. Okay, there we go. You can melee, but I wouldn't recommend it. But look, we already have our perk from that. Perks go up pretty quickly in Hell, luckily. But we're going to open all these doors. You know, of course, pace yourself if you're not confident. But we're trying to do it quick. But just like that, we've cleared that bit. And there's a few zombies that got stuck. So we're going to be on the safe side and use our bow here. And just like that, bosh. Happy days. First floor has been completed. Now, we got to be safe here. We got to be safe here because of the bomber zombies on this bit. But we're going to go through. Happy days. Now, you don't have to do it like how I'm doing it. I'm doing it trying to do it quick, okay? But look, go like that. And do that, okay? If you get hit like I did, it doesn't matter because we immediately replenish it. The ones that you can kind of take damage from are these normal zombies, okay? Everything else completely cooks you in this. To be on the safe side, we're going to not waste our abilities, but we're going to use our bow for range. And happy days, 2 levels have been completed. This is where it gets a little bit tricky though, because if I'm not mistaken, there is chef zombies here. So there was just 1 chef zombie there. Okay, so it's fine, but you got to be careful for the chef zombies. If you see a chef zombie, run. I'm kidding, don't run, kill it. Like that, bosh. Happy days, we go through, maneuver past them because we're a ninja. Happy days, and just like that, we have gone past them. And then we go back here, and then all of these zombies completely cooked. Happy days. Any of you that live, I'm going to use my Z ability on you. Bomber zombie, you're not scary. Okay, there we go. And then we go in here, maneuver past them. Happy days. Maneuver past you. Weave, 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 and just like that, bosh. Happy days. We're on to the first floor. Okay, so I would recommend using your bow abilities to open the doors. Do that. Okay. Now, we don't have our bow C ability. We have our Z ability, so you can, if you know, trust your camera flick. If you miss any, then it's fine. But the X and C abilities are good for kind of going in and going like this. So I highly recommend doing that. Now, as you can see, we're clearing this quite quickly. Just like that, we've cleared the first floor. Happy days. Now, again, repeat the same thing I said. X, C, V, because there's a chef and we don't trust them. And then we use our X never sigil there. Yo, how did he even touch me there? I'm scared. And then just like that, happy days. And just like that, we've cleared the second level. Now, we press our X here. We C. We V. We Z. Happy days. So you can open all these doors and then just like bosh like that. Happy days. Now, this is where it gets tricky, okay? Because look, there's loads of them and there's only one of us. How do we do this? Because there is so many chef zombies here. I highly recommend waiting for your V ability. So maybe what I just did wasn't the play, but We don't care because we have patience. That is exactly what I'm trying to teach you in this video. Patience. Patience yourself, okay? So there we go. We're gonna the ability, all of these, and then Wailing Ghost, just to send them out there, send a message. And then X ability, and then look. Just like that, we did it. We did it, boys. We did it. We did it. All it took was patience and hard work, and we... Round of applause to everybody who just did that with me, okay? We did it. Easy. Easy. Confidence is key here, and just like that, we cleared it in 6 minutes 45, got 140,000 coins, and we got traits, spins, tickets, happy days. But as you can see, that was relatively easy, like... Reaper Scythe definitely helped with its ranged abilities, but so did Bow. At the end, obviously V ability is very helpful, but if you have Reaper Scythe, Z ability, X and C, you're laughing at that last bit. Especially when you have the Z ability, you can just kill those chef zombies that are on the outskirts, because the Z ability splits into 3, so the ones on the left and right will hit the ones that are kind of not central and on the far left and right, which is a dub, okay? But that's how you clear hell. You pace yourself, have speed, skill damage, and crit damage. That's all you need, okay? Patience is key to these games. But yeah, if this helped you, let me know. If you have any other builds that work, then just put it in the comments. Help people that might not have the exact builds that I have. You know how it is. We're all about helping and inclusivity. I think that's the word. That's how I found was the most efficient. Of course, I only showed Carnival and Island. The reason I only showed these two is because I feel like Carnival is very similar to School and Sewers. It's all about patience, and obviously you have to survive for like 2 minutes. Might not be the play. I would recommend just using Carnival and Island. They're the most efficient ways of doing it, of course, because you don't have to survive 2 minutes with basketball zombies and rats, and yeah, you're cooked in Sewers and School. Like, so I would recommend just doing Island and Carnival. But yeah, if this video helped you, consider liking, consider can't speak English. Consider subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. And with that being said, that's the video. I'm going to be live streaming in about an hour or so. Consider hopping in if you are interested. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. See you tomorrow. Peace!